guys, I had a Lighting Boss user ask me a few days ago if there was a quick and easy way to swap out all of the fixtures in a proposal, in a Lighting Boss proposal, so they could do a good, better, best option based on material. And it's not the first time I've heard the question, but it reminded me of a presentation I did a few years ago at something called the Water Summit, where we discussed the sales process and the idea of offering multiple fixture grades based on budget. And while don't get me wrong, there's no black and white answer. But my contention was that most of you should absolutely be offering a good, better, best model. However, that should be based on areas, not based on materials. And I'm going to put a scenario in a box here. I get that every scenario is different. But here's a situation, or here's an example. I go to a prospect's home. I learn about their needs, their wants, their fears. Quick sidebar, point out, reiterate, amplify those fears, because that's going to be your best selling tool right there, is what scares them. I walk the property, I create my design or my layout, and then it's time to sit down and close the deal. And I've got three options for them. We can illuminate just the front yard, we can do both the front and the backyard, or we can do the front, the back, and the sides. Those are the three options. I didn't compromise any of my design intentions in any of those areas or my materials. I chose the absolute best product for the project, and I took that decision out of their hands. You have to remember that for every type of brand, fixture, model that you put in the ground, you damn well better have one of those sitting on the truck so that you can efficiently maintain that system, because there's no more inefficient process than having to take a bad fixture out of the ground, drive it back to the distributor or send it back to the distributor, wait for them to then send it back to the manufacturer, who may take 6 weeks to test and say, oh, okay, this is actually faulty. Then send it back, then you drive back and reinstall it. It's the most inefficient process that I could possibly imagine. So limit your SKUs, be efficient, and pick a product that you believe in. Don't give them a choice, because what the hell do they know anyhow? You're the expert. They brought you in to make the recommendation. So don't give them the choice on the materials. You only are giving them a choice as to how much money they want to spend based on the areas they want lit. At least that gives them the illusion that they have some control, when in reality, you're in the background pulling all the strings. Now, I know there are many of you out there who don't feel the need to give prospect options. Your work, your reputation, it speaks for itself. You have enough cash reserves where you can walk away from a sale at any point in time. And if that's the case, that's fantastic. That's great. I think that's where everybody wants to get to. But you've been at this a long time. You spent thousands and thousands of hours, building your brand, learning your craft. You've earned that right. But for the other, let's say 98%, they have to play that psychological game. And that's what sales is. It's psychology. It's understanding what people want and then convincing them that you're the person to deliver on. So that's my thought. That's my contention, or my feelings on how you should be doing the good, better, best model. And by the way, we do actually have the feature that I mentioned in the beginning of the story, and I didn't even realize it. So if for whatever reason you are using the Lighting Boss software and you want to swap out all of your fixtures super fast for something different, we can do it. Hope you guys got something out of that. Thanks for the time.